You know that feeling, that sweet satisfaction that washes over you after conquering a long, slow distance on a Sunday? That sense of accomplishment and the quiet triumph of pushing your limits? It's a magical experience. What if I told you that there was more to Sundays than just the challenge? Imagine the following day when most runners are still nursing their tired muscles. You lace up your shoes, step out the door, effortlessly glide through the streets. The heavy legs, the weary fatigue are replaced with lightness you never thought possible. This, my friends, is the gateway to an easy run bliss. We've all been there, feeling like a superhero on a Sunday and struggling like a snail on Monday. But what if I told you there's a secret to turning that post-long run slump into a rejuvenating experience? A way to take your running to new heights while giving your body the recovery it needs. This wasn't the case for me. It didn't go as planned. I didn't feel like I could take on the world and effortlessly run through the streets. It just didn't happen. The premise of today's video is literally just showing up. It's about just grabbing the camera and putting on my running shoes and just going. Because too much time can go by and I can procrastinate. I just got to be honest with all of you. I'm a little kind of freaked out about adding some speed work into my workouts. It's been a long time since I, have run fast, and I did do that 5K speed test back in October. And since then, I haven't done anything. And I'm just been sitting on the sidelines going, it's going to have to happen at some point in time. And sit there. It's like deer in the headlights. I just stand there and I don't know what I'm gonna say. And I could have a very polished video. I could have a very polished run. I could do everything right and my run could be absolutely terrible. And really, at the end of the day, I'm just trying to be accountable to myself, to do the work and get out and run. Time to go find a place to run. Appointments are over for the day. Now it's time. That was enough procrastinating for one day, my lord. As long as I've ran in a while. And now I'm just trying to find a place to go run, but I want some scenery. But some days I just don't want to do it. But I know that if I go out if I give myself the first 2 kilometers, that's like 1.5 miles, maybe 2 miles for all you guys in the US. But if I just give myself a little bit of time on the trail, I'll be happier for it. The problem is I'm 4 kilometers in and I don't want to be here. I don't know if I'm going to feel happier when the run is over. I feel so sluggish. I feel like I just feel like I just don't want to do this. But when you pick up the camera and you have an audience of people that like watching your videos, and encourage you to keep moving on. Running isn't just about the miles that you conquer. It's about the battle of the mind. When your legs feel heavy and your breath grows shallow, that's when true mental fortitude and strength emerges. I don't know where I am. I have no idea where I'm going. I'm just aimlessly running. I'd love to say that I could imagine starting my week with a runner's high, that invigorating feeling coursing through my veins, giving you the energy and motivation to conquer anything that comes your way. The stress melts away. Every step becomes a celebration of freedom and accomplishment. I'm going to share with you what goes through my brain on the day after a long run. And I'm going to share some techniques at the end of the video that I think will set your mindset in a new direction. So that way you can challenge those post blues or the procrastination that runs through us most of the time we step out the door. There's an adventure to be had. Every run is different.
and we as runners are all different.
Everything that I do. Sometimes I get stuck in my head, you know, I can get paralyzed. I get like this paralysis where I just don't do anything. I can't tell you how many times I've picked up the camera and went to say something and then I just couldn't do it. I just felt like I had nothing to say, nothing to share to any of you. But then today, I have no idea where I am. I'm so flippin' lost. There's so many flippin' trails. This is a beautiful place and it's a great place to get lost in, but I got other things I gotta get done today, and I thought if I just got out and I'd do this, I'd feel better. And maybe I will. Maybe talking to the camera works. Maybe sharing my struggles with you guys.
Embrace the challenge, for it is with those moments of struggle that you build resilience, discipline, and unwavering determination. Push through the doubts, quiet the negative thoughts, and let your mind carry you to new heights. Remember, it's not just a physical journey, it's a testament to your mental fortitude. Keep running, keep pushing, and watch your mind become the strongest muscle you possess.
Back to that, to get back to that person, to have that feeling of being broken open again. Because when I did that, man, it was amazing, and I really felt like nothing's flat around started here. To really know who I am, because I'm the type of person who likes to explore, that tries to figure things out about, you know, myself as a human being. And the trails really does that. Like running really does that, and running on the trails really helps as well. You know, procrastination, it's a real thing, and you know, having this channel and trying to put out good quality content and knowing what I'm going to say and doing the researching and doing the writing, I compare that to like my running, because you sit down and you try to put together a plan of what it is you want to achieve, and then the plan doesn't go to plan. It doesn't pan out for whatever reason. And like right now, I'm thinking about, you know, this tempo run that I'm going to start adding into my weekly mileage. And you know, it sounds simple, it sounds easy, and it probably is. However, I am the type of person who doesn't forget about when I got injured and what that did to me, and when I was out for as long as I was. And I just don't want that to kind of happen again. So I've been kind of strength training and doing all the things that I need to do to keep me safe. But again, it's no different than running on a trail, right? I could wipe out on a trail and I could be done for the day, and could be done for a couple of weeks, or who knows what, right? Like tripping on a route is so simple to do on trail running, but I do it because I love it and it brings me a lot of joy. So this place is pretty sweet. Oh my God, so done with hills. This is supposed to be an easy run, and it's not turning out to be an easy run at all. The day after a long run, man oh man. So here are some tips about how to handle training when you're adding in these long, slow distances on the weekends. First off, I would say you need to back it off. Like, know what your recovery pace is. Super important, because after you've done like a long run, man, you just don't want to push it. Otherwise, chances of injury so much higher. And it doesn't matter if you're using the Maffetone method. Running longer distances is still a stress on the body. This is something that I've been practicing for many years, and it's self-positive talk. Because when you're running, your brain always wants to kind of shut you down. You know, there's always these negative thoughts about stopping and quitting. Remember, that's what happened to me yesterday. Even though it was an easy run, my legs felt so exhausted. And so you really just need to have those mantras that you say when things get harder, you don't want to do something, just make it happen. Like, talk positively about you. Talk yourself up. The next one is set yourself up for success. So if you know you're going for a long run and the day after is a recovery run, and you find that your recovery runs are very challenging just to get out and do, you'd rather just stay home and relax, one of the things that you can do is run with a partner. Find somebody that runs like your pace or something like that, because if you have somebody who can be with you, you know, accountability is huge. And so for me, my accountability partner is you guys, you know, because my schedule is all over the place and I can't really commit to one person on running a certain day because my work, it's all over the place. If you have a pretty area that you run in, or the scenery is really nice, one of the things that I find that really helps me is running in a beautiful area. You know, get off the main roads if you can, because I find when I run on those main roads with all those cars, my gosh, my energy gets zapped. And I don't like breathing in all the carbon monoxide and all the fumes. I'd rather be on a street like this. You know, it really helps. So finding that beautiful place that brings you joy and happiness will help with your motivation to get out and get that recovery run in. And look, here's the thing. If you need to take a day off, or if you've scheduled, you know, after a long run that you're taking a day off, that's cool. Go ahead and do that. Whatever works for you may not work for somebody else. So you do you and let them do them. Rewarding yourself after your run, I think that's super important. However, I wouldn't be rewarding yourself with chocolate and sugar or like McDonald's or, you know, stuff like that, but reward yourself with good quality food, because studies have been shown that if you create that positive, healthy habit, you're more likely to continue it. And we all know as runners, we always want to be training for either a race, our health, or just for the joy of it. And to keep that going, again, eat good quality food. Now, sometimes you got to be kind to yourself, and it's okay to walk. It's okay to walk up the hills. You know, it doesn't matter if it's a recovery day or not. Running up hills is hard. It spikes your heart rate. So you want to keep your heart rate low. So walk the hills. It really is going to be okay. But save those hard runs, those hill repeats, for a different day. Not on a recovery run. Recovery runs are flipping slow. Like some of the elites run like 2 and 2.5 minutes slower, and sometimes 3 minutes slower than when they're racing. So relax. Everything's going to be okay. Recovery runs are exactly what they say. It's a recovery after a long, slow distance or a hard effort. Now, there's one thing that I really like to focus on when I'm doing these recovery runs, and just, you know, I need to find that special place that really brings me joy, that brings me happiness. But now the problem is sometimes I get stressed out because I've gone out for the day without getting my run in. I've taken my stuff with me, but then I gotta find a place and I gotta, you know, source it out on Strava. And that sometimes can be a little bit stressful, specifically if I'm time strapped. So added stress really just, I hate it. It doesn't help. So I try to be proactive and kind of find where I'm going to run, so that way when I get there and I do my appointment, and then I can get out for a run. But it doesn't always happen. I'm trying to give you guys some perspective of what I go through on a daily basis. Maybe that will help you if you're trying to you know, get out there and do the thing you want to do. And hopefully you can do it in some place where you got some great scenery. So I'm telling you, this is probably some of the nicest scenery I've seen in the last little while. This place is flipping gorgeous. That was my pity party for the day. Time to get on with it. Whew.